This show is not a therapy session. It's a conversation about mental health that included licensed therapists as guests. The views and opinions expressed tonight are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional mental health treatment. The views represented here are not those of Media Room 360 or One Stop Podcasting. I'm just sitting back realizing that ain't nothing on these streets. Every king need a queen. Every queen need a king in a ring. Welcome to Conversation with Coach Ron. See, tonight's episode is all about mental health for women. We are creating a space for women to face their issues and their situations and anything that might cause them to stumble in life. Yes. And I got Tam running my teleprompter. Slow it down, Tam, so I can read it. And I appreciate Tam. I appreciate my team. So we're going to introduce my first guest. We're going to talk about mental health. How can women begin to recognize when they are crossing from stress into dangerous burnout? Yes. So we're going to talk about practical tools, strategies that women can use daily to protect their mental health. Let's get to it. And this is a serious topic. Yes. My first guest, Katrina. How you doing, Katrina?
Okay.
It's good to see you. I'm sorry for all the issues that I caused you tonight, but I'm glad you're here. You are a good person, and I'm sure you have a whole bunch of information for my people tonight. And we're going to tap into you and just see, like, what does mental health mean to women, single women, married women, women with kids, women with daddy issues, women with mama issues, women who just lost their daddy, women who just lost their mama. It's like mental health is so serious, and it's a serious topic. We don't play no games on Conversation with Coach Ron. So we talk about real talk for real growth. Mm-hmm. So we're going to tap into you. And if you can give me something, give us something, and give women something and men something that they can use about mental health. I respect you before you speak. You look good tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Tap in. So what's the number one thing that you discovered when dealing with your clients as a therapist that women have an issue with?
You know what? Actually, kind of what you just said just a minute ago about men, women, no matter what walks of life they're in, it's the same. To be honest with you, it's really the same. A lot of what women need is the same thing men need. So it helps us all be able to play on the same, on the same playing ground.
Yes, ma'am.
Be level. So, I mean, as far as my clients, being that I have male clients and female clients, a lot of stuff that is going on between both genders, it shows up just in a different way, but it's the same.
And it shows up.
Mm-hmm. It definitely shows up. Yeah.
So when men, if I was pursuing you, Katrina, and I was interested in you, and I seen you nice one day, and and mad the next day, or if I seen you dealing with our kids or kids that you had prior to me, or if I seen you dealing with your mother or your father, or any situation where it might cause a problem in our marriage, how do we handle that when it become a mental issue for me? Because I'm thinking, like, is she crazy? Is she thrown off? Is she psychotic? Like, did I marry the right woman? Did I pursue the right woman? How do men deal with that?
So that's an interesting question, because again, it's very much the same. So the way you'd want someone to deal with you, let's say, if you were going through some of those same things you just described, it's the same way you would deal with her.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
But now I feel like, men are real cocky and arrogant. They feel like, I don't need nobody. I don't want nobody. I'm great. Right. So I don't feel like I have mental health issues, but I probably have mental health issues. I'm a real June Gemini. So I know I got some
Gemini.
Issues. Yes, Lord.
Okay.
But guess what? But I mean, from your experience with women, what can you say to women that can help women and motivate women, encourage women who deal with your cycle, you deal with your daddy, you deal with your mama, you deal with men, you deal with body shaming, you deal with like all kind of issues. I don't have a cycle. I don't worry about body shaming. I don't have daddy issues or mama issues. I don't have like insecurities with me, but it's a lot of women out there right now, Katrina, who have those things. And I understand it, and I meet them daily. It's women out there right now who are going through a terrible situation because they feel like they got to be like that woman on social media.
Mm-hmm.
They got to be cuter, finer, and sexier. They got to lose this amount of weight. They got to gain this amount of weight. They have to go get BBLs.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get their tatas and they cut on the neck, cut on the nose, all this stuff just to be something that they really ain't supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a mental health issue to me,
Mm-hmm.
per se. But I want you to speak on that if you don't mind.
Well, so everything you just described, once again, those are common issues with women, but it has a lot to do with being a self-advocate, like just being able to advocate for yourself and be able to stand in your own skin and be comfortable in your own skin.
Mm-hmm.
That contributes to mental health issues as well. If you're a person that don't have that, if you haven't had anybody speak into your life, if you haven't had anybody to mentor you, if you haven't had anybody to tell you you're beautiful and tell you all the things that you're seeking when you're doing all the things that you just said, then a lot of times that's going to affect your psyche.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to make you act according to what you think.
Mm-hmm.
So how you feel about yourself here is what you're going to do out here, which is going to start looking into making changes to yourself, or just about the way you walk through life, the way you present. You started out by talking about if a woman is in a bad mood, what to do with that.
Yes.
And a lot of it, you mentioned a menstrual cycle, but a lot of times it's just hormones, period.
Okay.
So even though men don't have menstrual cycles,
Yes.
they also go through hormone changes as well.
Explain that.
So it's very similar.
Explain that.
Well, and the fact that it's very similar allows us to relate to each other. So that makes it easier for you to know what to do with that person because you know what you want them to do with you. So just you said explain that. You talking about the hormonal changes with
yes,
men?
for men. Yes, just for the people.
So I'm not a doctor, so I ain't gonna go too far in that now.
Of course, just give me some tidbits.
Yeah, just talking about hormonal changes that affect the weight that a man carries and how he's able to drop that weight. Even though men are statistically
physical weight or mental weight.
You can go either way with that, but I was specifically talking about physical weight because when you think about usually men can drop weight a lot easier than women. They can build muscle and things like that. But when your hormones change, a lot of times that's not as easy for you to do, and that can affect your self-esteem. Mm-hmm. Then now we're dealing with the psyche again. We're dealing with how you see yourself. We're dealing with the mental health piece of it again. Yeah.
So we're dealing with insecurities and low self-esteem.
Right.
So men go through that too as well, right? They be like, I'm not fit. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough, finesse. And my wife is not interested in me no more. We talking about that, correct?
It could be in a relationship. Yes. That could show up there.
And even without a relationship, because we have men and women dealing with mental health issues, right? When we see people that's struggling or depressed and stressed and talking about contemplating suicide, drug use, low self-esteem, alcohol abuse, and popping pills, and just the insecurities of just being a man or a woman. I'm specifically talking about women on this show tonight. So when you see a woman who possibly had a kid with somebody she loved, and now she had low self-esteem, she got body issues, she has what's it called, a postpartum, all that. So that triggers mental health issues, correct?
But I would say that those issues that she may have with this individual she's in a relationship with, she had them before she got in a relationship.
I like that. She was already having issues before she met the man she had a baby with.
Very likely.
I like that's good stuff. Yeah. So now I meet Sarah, and she already got some issues. I impregnate Sarah. Maybe I'm healthy. Maybe I have issues as well.
Most of us all do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So my issues trigger her issues. Now we create a kid with issues.
Possibly. Or you can find ways to better deal with it and get healthy, get better mental health and be healthy to the point where you raise that child different from the way that you grew up. So it doesn't necessarily mean that that child is going to then encompass all your bad, all her bad, and then the child's going to be bad. Not necessarily. Because there may be things that allow you to learn better ways, and then you're going to teach that to your child. Now your child has a different opportunity that maybe you didn't have.
I like it.
So it's changeable. Mental health is something that, just like taking an aspirin when you got a headache and it worked, you can do the same thing with mental health.
So I got issues, you got issues. I impregnate you. We have a child. Now we tap in and try to change our child, correct?
Learn a better way, yeah.
But if we don't change our child, the child goes on to create other children with mental health issues.
Right. Now you have a legacy of
mental health issues.
Which some people call, what they call it, like spiritual strongholds, and all the different things that people call it.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with soul ties and spirituality in the sense of that. But I like your output and your intellect, how you explain it, because we just met like 2 or 3 minutes ago. Right. So I like your
Yeah.
outlook. So then my next question for you is when dealing with mental health, as far as women,
Mhm.
and when a woman knows that she has mental health issues, how does she date?
How does she date?
Yeah, how does she date? What
Well,
does
she take care of her first. It's the example of the mask dropping down from when you're on the plane. She got to put her mask on first. She can't help
Oh,
nobody else do nothing with
I
nobody else
like
until she
that.
take care of herself
I
first.
like, you know what? And
Now, what that looks like is different for each person, though.
no, you know what I told a woman the other day? Katrina, I said, she said she had 3 kids. She DM'd me, right? She said, Coach Ron, I got 3 kids. I just met this man. I really want to be with him, but he want me to put him first. And my kids come first. And I said, no, you come first.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't understand it. But go back to what you were saying. I'm saying you come first because without you, your kids can't eat. You definitely can't take care of this new husband that's going to provide for your kids that he didn't impregnate you with. Correct? So it's mental health issues. She's thinking like, the kids come first. Her kids don't even like her, Katrina.
But you know what? That's part of the misnomer that we as women believe. We buy into that.
Tap into it. And
we buy
speak
into
on
that lie that we have to take care of everybody else before we can be taken care of. And that is a problem. That's the reason why a lot of times women are having heart issues and stuff like that later on in life and things like that, because it's kind of a slow bleed. Because we've been taking care of everybody else. We're not even thinking about it. Just like an automatic jump into it, get it done kind of situation. And then before you know it, we're the ones need care. But guess what we've done by then? We've taught everybody else how to treat us, which is you're fine. Because we've let everybody else think we were fine while we were taking care of them, right?
all the time. Now, you ain't fine.
And so now you sick. And nobody wants to come and
now
take care
you
of
and I see you, Katrina, because you didn't put everything in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't put them kids, that job, that career,
Everything.
that car, them kids, that dog, that cat in front of you. Now you sitting in the ICU. Is that a mental health issue or not?
Well, it's just saying that mental health can then bleed into health issues. So if you stressed, if you burn out, it's going to start to affect your body. And when your body breaks down, depending on how you've been kind of moving with what you were dealing with that brought you there, is going to determine your support system when you get sick. Now, I'm not saying that definitively across the board. I'm not saying that people don't have good support system and people who are there for them when they get sick.
Ma'am.
But the potential for you not to have people show up the way you need them to, or show up the way you showed up for them, is very high, because you've made them believe you were okay all this time. And now all of a sudden you're not. And it's like, they don't know what to do with that. And a lot of times it's unintentional. They're not trying to do that. They just know you a certain way. And so they deal with you according to that. And a lot of times we're doing it. We don't even know we're doing it. Saying we're okay and we're not.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And you really speaking to the people. You speaking to me. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a break real shortly. And we're going to tap into anxiety and depression on the next session. But right about now, we're going to go into another segment where we just relax and digress the progress, because you really tapping into my soul. Really, you teaching me. I just met you and you saying stuff that I don't know. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So before we go into this break, thank you for being here. Come right back with Katrina talking about real talk for real growth, mental health for women and men. If you're tapping in, let's go.
Looking for real talk, real healing, and real growth? Head over to CoachRonC.com, your one-stop shop for all things Coach Ron C. Grab the latest Coach Ron C merch and rep the movement in style. Need some one-on-one time? Book your private session today and start your journey to clarity and confidence. Plus, stay locked into everything Coach Ron C, all in one place. CoachRonC.com, where healing meets honesty. Let's talk about it.
Shout out to America's best self-publishing assistant firm. Be published. Be you. Be true. Be about it. Be published. Ready to tell your story? Visit bepublished.org and get started today.
Get ready to get real about love, life, and healing. Don't miss a moment of Conversations with Coach Ron C. Subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube at Conversations with Coach Ron C. And follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Conversations with Coach Ron C. Join the convo, speak your truth, let's grow together.
This show is not a therapy session. It's a conversation about mental health that included licensed therapists as guests. The views and opinions expressed tonight are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional mental health treatment. The views represented here are not those of Media Room 360 or One Stop Podcasting.
Back like we never left. Katrina, thank you for being here, and you're really helping me to understand women and the mentality of women. You know, because I'm a son, I'm a grandson, I'm a father, I have a daughter, and I know multitudes of women who go through things, right? And sometimes I might be like insensitive to their needs, be it mentally, emotionally, or physically, correct? And I'm sure many men are like that. But I want to ask you this. What are the signs that anxiety or depression may come into a lady's life that can be weak or temporary stress where it just cause a woman to struggle? And I forgive, please forgive me for how I read that. But what are the signs for anxiety and depression in a woman?
So anxiety, excuse me, and depression. First, I want to just kind of clarify anxiety. Anxiety is another way of kind of speaking about your fears.
So anxiety is about fears. And I want you to break it down because a lot of people talk to me indirectly through social media when I meet women. I have anxiety issues. I'm depressed. I'm stressed. Oh, I have baby daddy issues. Oh, I hate men. Oh, I love women. I'm like, I'm lost in the sauce. So if you don't mind taking your time to elaborate on those issues as far as anxiety and depression.
Anxiety and depression actually can go hand in hand. So if you think about if you're anxious and you're feeling fearful about whatever it is might be in front of you, whatever you're dealing with in your life, whatever challenges that you're experiencing, if you're feeling fear, rather it be around, is this going to work out? Is it going to get any better? And you start to feel hopeless because it's, I don't know if this is going to get any better. What am I going to do? Now your mind is just kind of ruminating around all these things about like how to fix your problem, I would say. So with that, that's how you kind of then fall into the depression space, because the depression is basically where you're just kind of pressing it down inside of you and you're not allowing yourself to be helped. You're not allowing yourself to be connected with anyone. You're not allowing yourself to be like I said, connected. So connection is what helps you feel like less alone. Connection is what makes you feel more like it's not just me. But when you're fearful, what do we a lot of times usually kind of do? We kind of get in a corner or we kind of pull back. And now that loneliness sets in. So the loneliness leads then into the depression. So it kind of goes hand in hand in a lot of ways. And it's really stuff a lot of us already know. But we don't always think about it when it's time to use it. You know.
So you being a mental health therapist, certified mental health therapist, when you meet women in your office or wherever you might be in your family circle, wherever you at, if you're at the store, when a woman says, I'm going through it, I have mental health issues, what do you respond to women like that? Because I don't think I have mental health issues. As a person sitting here with you today, live and direct, I don't think I have mental health issues, but I'm sure I know I have issues, but I don't consider it mental health issues. When women tell me they have mental health issues, it's like a red flag to me. So when you meet people tell you they have mental health issues, what do you see? And you're like, do you say like you don't have mental health issues? You just have anxiety issues, or maybe you have daddy issues, mom issues. Is mental health issues everything, or is mental health issues is like suspect? Because people use that as a trigger word just to fall under the category like I have issues, so that's why I didn't come to work today. Or I have mental health issues because I didn't come and feed my kids today. I have mental health issues because I didn't check on my husband today. I have mental health issues because me and my husband sleep in separate rooms. We have mental health issues. I didn't make love to my husband today because I have mental issues. I think it's an excuse, but I want you to please explain that and understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm trying to understand what mental health issues is, because if I have no mental health issues, you, my wife, I like you, I need you, and I want you, and I had a bad day. I had a bad day, baby. Get in the bed with me and take care of me. But when you go in another room, you're like, I have mental health issues. I'm stressed. I have anxiety. And I don't understand it.
So mental health,
yes, ma'am,
can be a lot of things. It's a wide spectrum of things.
Break it down because people need to hear it.
Well, so it doesn't always necessarily have to be mental health the way we've heard it in society.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not always about just the depression, just the anxiety. It can also be, this word the buzzword you hear people talk a lot about now, narcissism. Narcissism is considered a mental health issue.
Talk about
but you wouldn't necessarily think that because of what we normally call mental health issues. what we usually say that they are, or tend to think that they have to be. And so it's a lot of ways that people can have mental health issues, but specifically talking about women, basically, it really just kind of boils down to a woman feeling safe and feeling like she can be vulnerable.
Before you go further, what does narcissism mean?
Narcissism?
Yes, ma'am. If you don't mind speaking.
That's not really my specialty to speak on.
Just tell me what
to be honest with you. Narcissism is more of a personality disorder. So that has more to do with how you see people, how you deal with people, how you treat people.
In a relationship form, narcissism means what to you?
Well, exactly that. It can be in relationship, outside relationship, whatever it is. But narcissism basically boils down to, just how you are, how you show up in the relationship.
So does narcissism trigger mental health issues in a woman?
Perhaps yes, perhaps.
So
not.
I'm a narcissist and you have mental health issues. Now I trigger you to have mental health issues because we're in a relationship. Now you react to my narcissism, but you already have mental health issues, correct?
Well, but I may not necessarily react to your narcissism. That's why it's perhaps yes, perhaps no. Depending on the person you're dealing with and how healthy they are, it's going to decide the boundaries that they put around them.
So if I'm emotionally intelligent, and not to cut you off, and I love how you speak, you helping people. If I'm emotionally intelligent and you trigger me, you think you trigger me, but I just deflect it. It's like I'm in the Matrix. I'm like dodging all your insults or how you feel. I'm superior in the sense like I'm trying to settle you down because I've realized you have mental health issues. Then I try to calm you down because I don't want to lose you. I don't want to abuse you. I'm like, love, let's go to a therapist. Let's get a psychiatrist. Let's deal with some things that can help you better because I don't want to lose you. I love you. I like you and I need you. But you have some issues because one day you smile, one day you frown, one day you happy, one day you sad, one day you hate the world, one day you love the world. That's a mental health issue to me. Do you agree?
Could be.
What is a mental health issue to you? Definitely.
It just depends on the individual and what their challenge is. So what you just said a minute ago, I don't feel like I have mental health issues. You personally don't see yourself as that person. So you identify with that information different from someone else. So your original question was, what would I say to a woman who maybe I noticed that she's struggling?
Yes.
I wouldn't necessarily automatically think that she's having mental health issues, and I would not even approach her that way. The main thing you want to do is create a safe space. So whatever makes her feel safe is when she's gonna feel more comfortable with diving into whatever her issues are and being willing to do something about it. You can't just run up on somebody and be like, do something about that. You gotta allow that person to come to that truth.
That's good.
Your truth is yours, mine is mine. Right. So with that being said, two individuals come together, they both are potentially going to have some struggles. Okay, maybe one more severe than the other, and maybe some you knew and some you didn't. But how you deal with it is really about how healthy you're carrying your mental health. So if I'm healthy and you come a certain way, I'm not going to be triggered. I'm going to know how to work around that because I'm healthy in my mental health. If I'm not healthy in my mental health, I may fall apart. I may allow your problem to become my problem and control me, instead of me being in control of the situation with a healthy perspective. So it can go a lot of ways.
So you have mental health issues and I'm a narcissist and you have issues and I have issues. It's going to be a toxic situation. Give or take, correct? I mean, if you were
one that definitely needs some intervention. I'll say that.
Intervention. I love that's a good word. Intervention. So you have issues, I have issues, and I meet you, and now I'm struggling and you struggling. But I think I'm great. You think you're great. Then we're toxic for each other, correct? That's
if you have not identified the problem and there is one, it ain't gonna do nothing but get bigger.
So once I realize I have low self-esteem, I have a short man syndrome, I have a daddy issue, I have a mama issue.
Dad bod.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like how I look. I don't like my body. I don't like how I make money. I don't like my skin tone. These are all issues. I don't bring them to you when I first meet you, but then you see them in me. Then I see your issues. Now we're in a toxic situation because we both have mental health issues, correct?
Could be, yeah. And then you start to look at, do you want to do something about it? And then you can start to talk about some type of options.
That's a good point. So how do a woman heal her mental health issues when she's dealing with a man who don't recognize her mental health issues, who don't care about her mental health issues, and who's selfish and who's all about him? if you don't mind asking, for the women. It's a lot of women out there right now, Katrina, Miss Katrina, with mental health issues, with a man who don't care about a mental health issue. Why you didn't cook? Why you didn't clean? Why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? They don't recognize the mental health issues.
But again, if she's healthy, she's not going to tolerate that. If she's doing the work she needs to do on herself to get her mental health in alignment with a healthy, and from a healthy perspective, she's not going to tolerate that.
What do you mean tolerate? Explain.
She wouldn't even be with that man. When she's healthy enough to walk away from that, she will.
So she married this guy, had kids with this guy. She gonna walk away.
If she gets to a place of healthy that allows her to see herself in a better light, most likely she's going to walk away from that relationship because she's going to no longer be able to thrive in it, nor survive.
I love it.
She's not gonna
You talking good. So when she's done, she's done. Because like I heard the statement several times in my lifetime, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you make a change. But until you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you don't make a change. So this show is about mental health from a woman's perspective, right? I understand men's mental health, but I'm a man. I seen men with mental health, and I understand that because I am a man. But from a woman's perspective, that's why we have you on the show live and direct to talk to the women who might be going through mental health issues, who deny that the fact that they're going through mental health issues, because body shaming, low self-esteem, daddy issues, mama issues, body shaming issues are really real. So I think that's equated to mental health. Now, you being a therapist, you tell me if that's not true or not.
Yeah, it's very possible it is related.
Right. So you didn't deal with 4 guys in your whole lifetime, and they all told you was fat, ugly, busted, disgusted, I don't like your kids, I don't like your people. Then you start believing that.
Well, and remember though, we just talked about the fact that she came into it possibly with that mentality already.
Oh.
So now when this person is saying these things, she's going to be triggered from a place that had already been established. If she comes into the situation healthy and this is happening, again, she's going to handle it different. But if she's coming into the situation and she's already dealing with a lot of heaviness that she has not, gotten off her shoulders or she hasn't freed herself from, that heaviness is going to walk with her into that relationship. Now the things he's doing is going to trigger her because she's already heavy. But if she comes in and she's got all that taken care of,
clean slate,
she's working it out,
she's strong,
as clean as she can get it, then she's more than likely going to even choose a different kind of man. But it makes a difference in how you walk through life.
You talk so good and you're so prolific. Guess what? Can't no woman tell me that I'm beneath her. The initial conversation, when she do me like that, I'll leave her. I don't tap into it because she already kind of triggered me in a sense, like you beneath me. Okay, well, we'll never see each other again, and I'm great
because you don't feel like you beneath her.
I'm just reverse psychology.
So I'm just saying, based on what I was saying, if you feel like, no, I'm not beneath her, so I'm not saying this relationship with somebody who's telling me I am, it's the same thing we were just talking about. I believe this. I'm a proponent of the man is the head, the woman is the neck. So I can argue and we can discuss, so we can go through situations. But once you expose that you have mental health issues to me, I can choose as a man to deal with your mental health issues or to let you go. Yeah.
Right. And then a woman can do the same, right?
Yes, you have the freedom to do that. Yes.
Right. So then when men meet women with mental health issues, be it however, and I want you to really tap in this. So when they say, I know he thought off, I know he weird, I know he ain't got no job. He barely making it. That's not a mental health issue. That's his facts. He's not motivated. He's not disciplined. He's not dedicated. That's how I look at it.
Or he could be depressed
and stressed. That's not a mental health issue, right? Depression is a mental health issue?
Yes.
Okay, so he depressed. And then she procreate with him and create that kid. Are those kids depressed?
Not necessarily. Because again, like we were talking a moment ago, you can teach them different once you learn better.
But if I never learn, how do I teach them?
If you never learn, then there's a problem.
That's good stuff.
We got to talk about it. That's where you're repeated.
We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we create, me and you procreate. You was mentally depressed. I'm a narcissist. Then we create our son. Now he's mentally depressed and he's a narcissist. Then he create. How do we break the cycle, Katrina, of mental health in women? Because women are such a beautiful thing. Without women, we can't create kids, right? Because when me and you pass, our legacy will Proceed us, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So what I'm saying is like after you, do you have kids?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So after you pass on, because we all are born to die,
Mm-hmm.
right? Are your kids gonna be healthy? How do we change the cycle when we see it? But you know your issues, and I know my issues.
Mm-hmm.
How do we change the cycle for our children instead of them repeating the same thing? Like my mama didn't like her skin tone. My mama thought she was too skinny. My mama thought she was too fat. My daddy thought he was, he was too weird. My daddy didn't really make a lot of money. He thought he was insecure. How do we pour into our children going forward to break the mental health cycle?
Mm-hmm. Well, basically, you would just make sure.
I don't want you to hold that thought because I want you to tell the people.
Okay.
Because you're really speaking, and I appreciate you. And but tap into it. Katrina, give me
Just real quick. I know we're about to wrap up.
Yes, ma'am.
But basically, with your question,
Yes, ma'am.
2 ways. One of the ways we already talked about, you getting better and teaching them better. But there's also this thing called society. There's this thing called our village. And there are ways that children can also then be influenced outside of home. So there are other healthy options. We never want to create this wall where people feel like they don't have any other options. That's where the hopelessness comes in. That's where depression comes in. And depression can go way deeper than people realize. That's when people start looking at self-harm and start looking at suicide ideation and things like that. So ultimately, there's usually a ram in the bush, if you will, if we want to go that route. There's a ram in the bush. It's just knowing where to go to get it. It's just knowing where to go to get help. It's knowing where to go, who to talk to, what's safe, where can I be vulnerable, where can I go and not feel guilty for advocating for myself, and where can I go where I won't be criticized and put down for doing so.
I love it. I like it. I appreciate your authenticity. You saying good stuff. Before we go to this next break, I want to ask you one quick question. So for the woman out there, the 1 or the 20 million women watching this show, and they know they have mental health issues, what should they do today?
Well, first start with admitting you have the problem. We've talked about that, right? We know that even with our physical health.
Yes.
Admit that you have a problem and then seek out someone who can help you with it. Don't do it by yourself.
So I'm overweight. I know I'm chubby. Then I say I'm not overweight. I'm chubby. So then I go to the gym. I get with.
But they also have counselors for that too.
You talking?
They got counselors for
this
that
helping
too.
people. It's helping people. Yes, I love it because mental health is really real. Because you've met men, and I've met women, and we've met men and women alike. You can see it in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm a spiritual being, so I look through life in my third eye.
Mm-hmm.
Not to get super deep, but I can tell when somebody's like off balance, right? So I look at them in a sense like, okay, he don't know what he said. He going through something. Or she don't know what she said. Mm-hmm. She got something going on. Mm-hmm. I met women who got the daddy and the mamas as brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. In real life, I really did that. Then I see how they act. I'm like, okay, well, that's obviously that might be a problem because you are part of a situation where the same bloods was. Then I look at them, I talk to them, I don't judge them. I'm talking real life. And I say, okay, I see why she talk like that. I see it. Then I'll be thinking like, I was pursuing her, so I get away from her. I wasn't trying to help her. I'm like, I gotta run for me. But then I should have said something to help that person. But it's kind of hard. Your daddy and your mama are brothers and sisters you procreated. Mm-hmm. They procreated. Now you have mental health issues. I can see why. But we're going to tap into this break because I don't want to get too deep, but I'm talking about mental health issues with women. Mm-hmm. And I'm blessed and honored to have somebody here, a real therapist. Coach Ron C is not a therapist. I'm just a realist. A realist. How you say it, Katrina?
You said it.
A realist.
You got it.
Yeah, a realist. And then I deal with people every day. Mm-hmm. And what you teaching me, and I thank you for that. So we're going to tap into the next break, and we'll be right back.
Looking for real talk, real healing, and real growth? Head over to CoachRonC.com, your one-stop shop for all things Coach Ron C. Grab the latest Coach Ron C merch and rep the movement in style. Need some one-on-one time? Book your private session today and start your journey to clarity and confidence. Plus, stay locked into everything Coach Ron C, all in one place. CoachRonC.com, where healing meets honesty. Let's talk about it.
Looking for the perfect space for your next event? The Artist Event Center in DeSoto, Texas is where creativity meets class. From live tapings to private parties, they bring your vision to life. Book now and make your moment unforgettable. Visit them today at artisteventcenter.com.
Get ready to get real about love, life, and healing. Don't miss a moment of Conversations with Coach Ron C. Subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube at Conversations with Coach Ron C. And follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Conversations with Coach Ron C. Join the convo, speak your truth. Let's grow together.
This show is not a therapy session. It's a conversation about mental health that included licensed therapists as guests. The views and opinions expressed tonight are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional mental health treatment. The views represented here are not those of Media Room 360 or One Stop Podcasting.
You've been a great, prolific, and intelligent speaker, and I'm thankful for your wisdom and knowledge because, this conversation with Coach Ron C is all about helping people, not only men and women, but how to deal with situations. So I thank you for the opportunity just to hear your words of wisdom. Plus, you certified, you educated, and you know how it goes sometimes, right? Being a mother,
I'm still learning.
But Guess what?
I got you.
The person I ever meet that say they know everything is the person I don't want to be around.
Yeah, be careful with that for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And what I want to do as far as my brand and my business and what I do in Conversation with Coach Ron C, I try to support my guests any kind of way I can. So I will definitely tag you and we'll show short clips and to promote your brand and an opportunity just to, help you as far as in the business sense, because maybe it's some women out there who might like me as far as what I do that don't know you and come to you as far as the business opportunity to help them. And that's a beautiful thing. So if you don't mind,
Can I just plug real quick? This is my information.
All social media platforms. Yes, ma'am. I apologize. Yeah, do it.
Just real quick. I know we had to jump in really quickly earlier, but Katrina Franks, licensed professional counselor, and my practice is building relationship wellness, consulting, and counseling. Just wanted to put that out there. I'm located on Psychology Today if anybody is interested. So
okay, so
that's all.
All platforms.
Yeah, all platforms. Yeah, but mostly Psychology Today is where you can find me if you want to actually looking for a therapist. Mm-hmm. Probably the best. Yeah,
I love it. I like it. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I might tap into you. I might go through some stuff tomorrow night. But before you leave, I don't know what size shirt you wear, and what I do is I promote my brand on my show, and I try to express to people like, hey, each one teach one. So what I do, if you go back and you subscribe to my show, it's nothing negative. It's nothing where it's gonna be like, I don't like his style. Maybe don't like my voice or my vocal tone, but my style is gonna be great to you to help you and educate you. So if you don't mind, I want to give you a shirt. It's a Coach Ron C shirt.
Thank you.
And I thank you for the opportunity
to
being with you in your presence. And I'm gonna tap in with you. And I'll give my people to make sure I get to your page, if whatever site you own, to follow you and tag you on the stuff we're gonna do. Okay. Thank you so much.
Will do.
And you look good tonight. And the purple and the black, rocking.
Thank you.
Drive safe. I know we had a little situation on the freeway. We in Dallas, Texas, but hey, we here. Thank you so much. Yeah. And your hair looks so good tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, man. My God, tell the truth. Yeah. Okay. So now we're tapping in. We're tapping in to somebody who's going to speak again. Sandra. I see you, Sandra, on the camera. I see you. Hey, Sandra. You're looking good. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you can hear me. With me and my team, I just want you to just tap in and feel free to tell me how you feel about body image in women's mental health journey as far as that, because a lot of men tend to shame women for being super skinny, too thick, fluffy, fupa, big arms, double chin, and all that. And I don't like that. What I'm saying is, Miss Sandra, and you look good tonight. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I know. Sandra. So I want you to tap into that, because we got to motivate the women who don't fit this category for when people say like, oh, she got a BBL. She did this and did this and did this. I don't care about that. I care about the woman's heart But I'm gonna let you speak because it's a privilege and a pleasure to talk to you. Tell me where you're from first, and
I'm
I know
from
your
South.
credentials. You great as far as that. So what city you in? How long you been in the mental health therapy? Then break down the question if you don't mind.
Sure. I'm in South Carolina, and I've been in the mental health field around 25 years, health and human services field. Um, got into mental health because my dad had mental illness, so I became the counselor that I needed.
I love it. I love it, and I like it. So you've been in 20 years. You're a veteran.
Yes, I've seen a lot.
So when you deal with women in South Carolina, and guess what? I ain't never been to South Carolina, and I love South Carolina. I got people from out there. Never been there. I need to come. You need to bring Coach Ron C out there. But let me say something real quick. What I'm saying is, when you deal with women that come to your office, get on your social media platforms, or meet you in person, or in your circle, when they deal with body shaming, because body shaming is a big thing right now. A lot of women are going to slice and dice their body, for the lack of better words, just to try to fit a prototype to attract men or to please women. How did body shaming become a mental health issue?
Society. A lot of it is society. A lot of it is learned behavior. Um, Body image. If a person has a healthy body image of themselves, they feel their self worth and their self esteem is better, and it's how they show up in the world. And vice versa, if a woman has a low self esteem or body image, or how she perceives herself, because it's all about perception. It doesn't matter how you see me; it matters how I see me. And so when you say those things to me from a male perspective and I accept it, I already believe it.
You already believe it. So I said you too skinny. Now you believe you too skinny. I said you too big. You already believe you too big. I said you got this or that. I don't like your hair. Then you change your hair. So I'm triggering you, correct?
Not triggering me, you are validating what I already believe, that I'm not enough.
Oh, you did that. I see what you did there. So I'm talking to Sandra. She already got low self-esteem. I might not have peeped it, but I'll peep it. Then I was like, okay, I don't like your hair. You like, I didn't like my hair either. That he didn't validate it. I don't like my hair. Now you cut all your hair off, correct?
Right.
Or I say like you need to gain some weight, then you like, I'm gonna overeat. So, but when the woman, this show is about a women's health from a woman's perspective. So should women with mental health issues who have needs and desires and wants and want to be in a relationship, should they date?
I want to say that everybody deserves to be loved, respected, and accepted. I believe that. I believe that that's basic human needs, regardless of your stuff, because we don't choose our stuff. But I believe, from my perspective, is that when you are emotionally unhealthy, you need to stay out of relationship until you do the work.
You spoke the truth. I think I agree with you 100%. I don't think men should date who ain't got a job. I don't think homeless men should date a woman that they ain't got a means to take her out to eat. I don't think a man who's struggling in life should be trying to date when he's trying to get his life right. So I agree with you 100%. But what you said was women still it succeed in their mental health issues, so they think it's nothing wrong with them. Then they tend to look down or look up at people and still date and procreate. And then we got a generation of kids with mental health issues. Do you beg to differ?
Well, let me tell you something. We live what we learn. So a lot of what
Oh,
we're
that's
doing
good.
in life is mimicking what we've learned from our parents, right? Because we don't have the tools to change it. As children, we live it, so we recreate it. We are creatures of habit. So what happens is, what happened in my home, I recreated for a long time because I didn't know how to change it. But when I realized that some things were unhealthy and it was toxic, then I went on a journey of healing and self-discovery. Some people never get there. They just continue.
Wow. I wish you were sitting right here with me right now. But I love the fact that you're online with me right now. So like me growing up in personal story, I'm being transparent, seeing domestic violence in my home with my biological parents made me want to be anti that, domestic violence, Miss Sanders. So it's like, if I got to hit a woman, I don't need a woman.
Right.
But I actually seen domestic violence in my home. So I beg to differ. If a woman gonna test me or stress me or press me, if I gotta hit you, I don't need you, like you, or want you.
Right. Absolutely. But guess what happens? There's only two options. You're going to become the environment or you're going to be different. Those are the only two options.
Mhm. So if I was a user and abuser, right, and then I meet these women who too skinny, too fat, too fluffy, too thick, too not intelligent, too can't articulate, uh, short hair, long hair, whatever it is, and I trigger her off top and she see it. If she's emotionally intelligent, Sandra, and she has mental health that's superb, she can say, Coach Ron C ain't the one.
Right.
Correct?
If she is emotionally healthy and mentally well, she can say Ron C ain't the one. But if she's not emotionally healthy and he mimics her father, then she could very well be attracted to Ron C.
Break down, mimic her father for the ladies that's watching this show, Miss Sandra. Break down that for the women, be it one of 50 men. What does mimic her father mean? Because I'm a father of a daughter. My daughter think I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Mimicking your father. Let me talk about my father. My father was verbally, physically, emotionally abusive, not only toward my mother. I'm an only child, but also toward me. So he told me that I was dumb, stupid, ugly. I would never be anything and never amount to anything. And so I believed it. I didn't have the tools to change it as a kid. Going into young adulthood, I struggled with self-esteem and self-worth and identity because I wanted to be validated and accepted because my father didn't validate me. So I went out in the world early on in my early 20s looking for my dad because that was my tool guide.
You talking. Mm. You being transparent. I love your transparency because guess what? I met you before. I met 2,200 women just like you.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They end up trying to get some, but they get nothing. So when you speak on that, just tell me about your journey as far as when you got past that, as far as your healing journey, being a mental therapist. How'd you get past the fact that you had daddy issues and you was trying to find your daddy in the streets? You didn't find your daddy in the streets. You wasn't successful. And then how'd you get to where you at today?
I believe that healing has to be desired. And you talked about when you're tired of being tired, then pain forces you to make changes, right? And so I just got tired of being pitiful. I got tired of the same sad story. I got tired of being the victim. And one day I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you know what, Sandra? Even though you had those things happen to you, if you fail, it's because you choose to fail.
Sandra, we're going to pause for the cause. I need you to keep talking because you're talking so good and you're looking so good. And I hate the fact that you went through what you went through, but we're going to take a break. We're going to come right back. And I have another question for you because guess what? Miss Sandra, you were teaching somebody, be it one person or 50 million people, because sometimes you got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. You can't spit, Sandra, you can't spit on me once and make me accept it. The second time, I'm done with Sandra. You hear me? And so many women go through that. So that triggers mental health issues. That triggers anxiety. That triggers stress. That triggers, we're going to recreate this. So I'm sick. You sick. We have a son. Now we got a sick son. Lord Jesus. Hold tight, Sandra. Be right back.
Looking for real talk, real healing, and real growth? Head over to CoachRonC.com, your one-stop shop for all things Coach Ron C. Grab the latest Coach Ron C merch and rep the movement in style. Need some one-on-one time? Book your private session today and start your journey to clarity and confidence. Plus, stay locked into everything Coach Ron C, all in one place. CoachRonC.com, where healing meets honesty. Let's talk about it.
Shout out to America's best self-publishing assistant firm. Be published. Be you. Be true. Be about it. Be published. Ready to tell your story? Visit bepublished.org and get started today.
Get ready to get real about love, life, and healing. Don't miss a moment of Conversations with Coach Ron C. Subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube at Conversations with Coach Ron C. And follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Conversations with Coach Ron C. Join the convo, speak your truth. Let's grow together.
This show is not a therapy session. It's a conversation about mental health that included licensed therapists as guests. The views and opinions expressed tonight are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional mental health treatment. The views represented here are not those of Media Room 360 or One Stop Podcasting.
Back like we never left. Hey, Miss Sandra.
Hello.
Yeah, when I come out to Carolina, you better have me some hot water cornbread, some red beans, and rice or something like that. I know what y'all cook. You can cook. I can tell you can cook. I know about the women out there, they can cook. I heard about it. I never been there, but I'm coming soon. Can you cook?
I'm gonna make you some salmon patties.
You better tell your husband I'm coming. Oh, you ain't got no ring? If you like, you will put a ring on it.
I was just letting you know that I'm not married.
Okay, well, I see it, and I appreciate your honesty. Yeah, Coach Ron C is a real honest man. I won't pursue a woman with a ring on it, but I think every woman with a ring on it needs to be treated like a queen on it. Tell me what I just said.
What did you just say?
Yes.
You said you won't date a woman that has a ring on it.
But I appreciate women with a ring on it, and they deserve to be treated like a queen.
Absolutely.
Off top. So before I let you go, Miss Sandra, and I appreciate your honesty, your transparency, and how you talked about your relationship with your father and how you was raised. So I want to ask you a question. How do relationships impact a woman's stress levels, anxiety, and self-esteem? Be it a great relationship or a bad relationship. And you break it down, please, for the people. Because there's a lot of women out here that look like you, that don't look like you, that look like me, don't look like me, that are dealing with anxiety, low self-esteem, and stress issues. Let's help some people. And this is my last question for you before I let you go. Again, just break it down and take your time, Miss Sandra, and thank you.
You're welcome. So, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, those are different things. Anxiety is just feeling of being overwhelmed, always worrying, issues with sleep, issues with not being able to turn their brains off. Depression is loss of interest, increase or decreased need for sleep, increase or decreased appetite, isolation, not being able to enjoy the things that they used to enjoy. And stress is just what we deal with everyday. Life itself can be stressful, but in choosing relationships, again, it goes back to self-esteem and self-worth. When you have a healthy relationship, whatever the ship is, that friendship, companionship, intimate partner, even your business ship, when it's healthy, you are able to be your authentic self. You are able to thrive in that environment. It tends to lower your stress level and depression. When you know you're not being judged, then you are able to be who you want to be. And it's the same thing when you're in an unhealthy relationships. toxic relationships increase stress, increase depression, increase anxiety. So that's why it's so important that women heal so they can choose well.
When she healed, she's able to reveal who's good for her and who's not good for her, correct?
Right. And that's what I tell women all the time. I said, we're living in a society where um people don't want truth, right? And I tell people all the time that you cannot heal what you hide. In order to heal, you got to reveal it.
You know, I tell people this, and it's cliche. I say it's cap in your rap. So when I see women on social media posting pics and they sitting at the dinner date, they don't show the man they like they living lavish, or they on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or whatever it is, they showing this facade. It's a mirage, and it's like I'm all that. Then when I meet her in real life, I'm like, no, she's sick. She disgusted. She busted. Not to diminish her character. I'm saying she going through a cycle. So I'm thinking like you're supposed to be this top tier, but now in real life you struggling. You can't pay your bills. You got baby daddy issues. You got low self-esteem. You don't like your mama. You don't like your daddy. You don't like yourself. You body shame yourself. Then I say, well, hold on. I don't sign up for this. I want that woman who I seen on Instagram. Speak on that.
Well, first of all, social media is a powerful tool, and it's a weapon. I tell people all the time, a gun in the right hands, can be used for good, and if it's in the wrong hands, it can be used for evil. And it's the same with social media. It gives people the ability to hide their identity and create who they're really not. And it's like, my goodness, like, you one person on social media, but when I meet you, you're somebody totally different. And so unhealthy people, you know social media for unhealthy people is a tool, and it's a dangerous tool, so
You know,
because they get that time.
I want you to hold that thought. I told a woman the other day, I said, you need to get off social media, because she texted me, she DM'd me and said, Coach Ron, I can't find a man. I went to her page. Every page, she got on a red dress, sipping wine at a 5-star restaurant. I'm like, you present like you got it going on. Then she's like, no, I ain't got it going on. I'm just capping. It's capping her rap. It's capping her society. It's capping her emotions. It's capping her mental capacity. So I said, you should get off social media, heal the best way you possibly can heal, and then try to attract a man. But what you're doing right now, you just finna attract a date night, a fling night, frivolous sex. And then you still gonna have mental health issues after that. How do you feel about the statement I just told you?
It's true. I see it happen all too often. And I tell people, first of all, social media is not the place for therapy. That's the first thing. People come to social media for empathy, sympathy, for therapy. If you need therapy, go get a therapist, okay? That's the first thing. This is not the place for it. Secondly, I tell women all the time, because I basically deal with women. I focus on women who have had trauma, because that's my wheelhouse. I can talk
That's
about
why we
that.
got you in the house.
Yeah, that's my space. But I tell people, you gotta go back to your past. Let me tell you what, if you don't deal with that past is gonna deal with you. And I don't care how quote unquote successful you are, how it looks, when you don't deal with those unresolved issues, eventually they're gonna creep up. You gotta deal with them. Revisit the past, but don't live there. And too many people live there. And that's some of the problem too.
You know what, Miss Sandra, before I let you go, you really helped me, because I'm not a woman. I'm a full-fledged man, right? But I deal with women every day. I'm a father of a daughter. I have a mother. I have grandmothers. I have two sisters. I meet women every day, and I see the issues, but I don't know how to present the conversation sometimes because they might get offended. So you've helped me, and I'm gonna tap into you. I'm gonna find out all about your. So before you leave, tell me about your social media sites and where they can find you. How can they tap into you if they in Timbuktu or Dubai? How can they tap into you in Carolina? And I'm gonna get with my executive producer, Miss Shani Scott, and send you a package. I send all my guests a package. and I can't bring it to you tomorrow in Carolina. But when I come out there, I'll bring you a double package. So we're going to send you something. So tell me where they can find you, how they can tap into you, if they want to do business with you, and what's going on with you as far as your social media platform, because we need people like you that's helping women to empower women, because a woman's health is so real.
It's very real. Listen, we take care of everybody else other than ourselves. And I tell them all the time, we cannot serve from an empty vessel. So with that being said,
Yes, ma'am.
dealinghopenotdope.com is my website. Dealinghopenotdope.com. And I'm also known in these streets.
HealingHopeNotDope.com.
That's it.
And you say it again.
Dealinghopenotdope.com. And I'm known as the hope dealer in these streets. Some people sell dope. I don't do that. I deal hope.
Well, can I get a $5 bag of hope?
You can. And go to my website. On my website, I have my books available. I am a self-published author of 3 amazing books.
Okay. Name the website, Sandra.
Dealinghopenotdope.com.
Okay, so we can go buy any book. Sandra got 3 books on healing.
Yes.
Dealinghopenotdope.com.
That's it.
I'm going to go buy a book.
Go buy a book.
And you're going to see when I buy the book, and my name is Ron Carey all across the world. So when I buy that book, you're going to say, Ron Carey bought a book. I'm true to it. I don't lie with it. Thank you for being on the show. And I'm going to send you some Coach Ron merchandise.
Okay.
And then I'm going to see if I can get Shani Scott to give me a book so I can send you her book. I have to buy it from her because she real funny style. She gonna want my money. I'm gonna buy a book from her and send you her book and do her and and promote you. And I'm gonna buy a book from you. We gonna cross brand. We business people.
Right.
And when I say she funny
Facebook
style, she want the money. And I want the money too. But guess what? We want to help the people.
Right. Well, my books are helping people, I promise you.
We're gonna buy a book, Sandra.
All right. Thank you so much. Listen, I want to leave a plug with the women. I want the women to know that they are valuable, that they are fearfully and wonderfully made, that they are created on purpose with purpose, that champions do the work, that all they have to do is do the work.
You talk good. You sound good. You look good. Thank you so much. God be with you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes. Wow. Powerful mental health therapist came tonight. And before we leave, we're going to tap into my favorite part of the show, where we tap into the letter of the week, where we bring real conversation for the listeners and the followers to understand that mental health is it's so paramount, it's so important. And we all have issues. But before we go, I'm going to tap into the letter of the week. We're going to do this right now. Yes.
Looking for real talk, real healing, and real growth? Head over to CoachRonC.com, your one-stop shop for all things Coach Ron C. Grab the latest Coach Ron C merch and rep the movement in style. Need some one-on-one time? Book your private session today and start your journey to clarity and confidence. Plus, stay locked into everything Coach Ron C, all in one place. CoachRonC.com, where healing meets honesty. Let's talk about it.
Looking for the perfect space for your next event? The Artist Event Center in DeSoto, Texas is where creativity meets class. From live tapings to private parties, they bring your vision to life. Book now and make your moment unforgettable. Visit them today at artisteventcenter.com.
Get ready to get real about love, life, and healing. Don't miss a moment of Conversations with Coach Ron C. Subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube at Conversations with Coach Ron C. And follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Conversations with Coach Ron C. Join the convo, speak your truth, let's grow together.
This show is not a therapy session. It's a conversation about mental health that included licensed therapists as guests. The views and opinions expressed tonight are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional mental health treatment. The views represented here are not those of Media Room 360 or One Stop Podcasting.
Back like we never left. Conversation with Coach Ron C. This show is about mental health. Mental health from a woman's perspective. We had two great guests that came on and spoke about mental health from this perspective. They're licensed therapists. Their views don't reflect my views, but their views are their views. And if you got some nods and wisdom, understanding from their views, that's a beautiful thing. Right about now, I'm about to tap into my favorite part of my show, Conversation with Coach Ron C. The letter of the day is authentic. It's original. We have real life people coming in and tapping in and writing letters. They DM me. They tap into me. They actually reach out to Shawnee Scott as well and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. So what we do is we tap into it. We read it verbatim and we break it down from my perspective and her perspective. So right about now, I want to introduce Shawnee Scott. Hey, Shawnee.
Hey, Coach Ron. How you doing tonight?
You looking good in that green, girl. Does that money green?
Yeah.
Can I borrow about 2,000 or 3,000?
Not at all. Okay, here's your letter. Dear Coach Ron C., I'm a 37-year-old woman, a wife, a mother of two, and I also work a full-time job. Lately, I feel like I'm drowning. Between my job, taking care of my family, and trying to keep up with everything, I'm exhausted. I've noticed that the stress has turned into something heavier. I don't laugh like I used to, and I often feel anxious for no reason. Some days it's hard just to get out of bed. To make matters worse, I struggle with my body image. I feel like no matter what I do, I'll never look the way I want. And that makes me even more insecure in my marriage. I love my husband, but I don't feel emotionally connected anymore. Sometimes I wonder if it's me. Maybe I'm just broken. Coach Ron C., how do I start to pull myself out of this hole? How do I balance being everything for everyone else while still taking care of me? Sincerely, tired and trying.
Tired and trying. Yeah, that hurt my spirit, Shawnee. That letter really hurt my spirit because multitudes of women across the world, not only in the United States, are going through that. Because I know body imaging is a big deal. And I know I'm included in the scenario when men judge women about their body, not understanding what they go through, the process it takes to have a kid, and how you can't just snap back sometimes. So I understand it from that sense, from an empathetic speaking individual. I suggest to her that she possibly talk to her husband, and if he love her, like her, need her, that they go to therapy. Therapy is a beautiful thing. Sometimes therapy can help a lot of scenarios, a lot of situations, Shawnee. So hypothetically, me and you procreate, we have 2-3 kids, and now you don't look the same. Now you have low self-esteem. Now you have identity crisis. Now you feel like I'm not interested in you. Now our sex has decreased. One of us, I'm the head, you the neck. I might say, love, we need to go talk to somebody because something going wrong. Because before the kids, you was the one. Now I'm looking at you like you're the 2 and the 3. But what? Now follow me, Shawnee. Follow me, Shawnee. What happens is the man might see another side where he want to cheat, and that's a bad situation. I need to be in love with you. If you are fat or if you are skinny, if you are tall, if you're short, if you are dark, if you are light, if you are fluffy or if you are thick. Because if you're the one, you can't be the two. A lot of men don't look at life like that. So for her, I think therapy is needed. 911. How do you feel? And I want you to read the last part, please, Shawnee, before you speak your opinion, because I love your articulation and how you verbalize stuff. Let's read that last part again.
Where she says, I love my husband, but I don't feel emotionally connected.
So she love her husband, Shawnee, but she don't feel emotionally connected. Well, when a woman's not emotionally connected to a man, it's over. Please speak.
Well, she doesn't say that her husband has any, like that he's complained. Like these are things that she has going on in her mind. Personally, I think she has to take some time out for herself because she's taking care of everything. So she probably just feel like the maid or something. But I mean, she doesn't say that her husband is the one. It's her. It's like the stuff that's going on in her mind. He might be at home telling her every night that she look good.
So low self-esteem can be triggered from the woman inside,
Yeah,
not me.
He could be sitting there telling her every night that you the most beautiful thing,
And
you
she
the
still
best
don't
thing I
believe it.
have. But if she has all of these things that are stressing her or making her feel anxious, then she has to, that's something that she has to change.
So that could be a mental health issue, correct?
It could be. But, and I only say that because she doesn't say, well, my husband is not attracted to me, or my husband is thinking about stepping
But all the
out.
time he could be saying you're the best
Yeah,
thing
he could be
that I
telling
ever
her
met.
she's great. The kids could be, Mom, we love you. But if she is in that place, she's in that place.
So, and switch shoes for a second.
Mhm.
How does the man deal with that?
I don't know, because I'm not a man.
Okay, so how I would deal with, I was just trying
Oh, I
to give
don't
you a
know.
perspective on it
Yeah.
to see. Because if I was a man, I would have to channel her to like, we got to get some mental health. We got to get some psychiatrists involved. We got to go to therapy or something because you feel like you're not the one and you've been the one. The kids love you. I love you, like you, and need you. And now you have no value for yourself. Your self-worth has depleted. And now these mental health issues have triggered a new side of you. Before we meet our demise and we get divorced and we deal with these kids and put them through all these issues, let's go get some help. That's what I'm saying as a man.
Yeah, and then I mean that might at the same time, even though you go get help, because I mean telling her to go get help.
No, I'm not telling her. We're going to get help together.
Well, that still might make her feel some way. But even if you do go get help, and she say, "Okay, I'm gonna go get help," it's still something inside of her that she has to, get to a point and be like. And then if she's a mom, she's a wife, they got 2 kids. So her hormones probably all over the place. It could be hormonal.
You said something deep. Them hormones kicked in.
They could be all over the place.
So hypothetically, Shawnee, and you're not a mental therapist. We have mental therapists and your experience in life, with your personal life or with your friends or your mom or your daddy, whatever. Like sometimes a woman go through something and she have to go through that and she might not want no help, correct?
Yeah, because sometimes when it's your hormones, you don't realize, oh, my hormones are imbalanced until after something happens. And then you're like, oh, that's what that is. So when you know that, then you can say, all right, I need to go to the doctor. I need to tell my doctor this is going on. Then we can get these things about, or you can plan for it. Because most of the time it's on a cycle, just like your cycle.
Yes.
So all right, when my cycle is getting ready to come, I'm more irritated. Like it's not hard to irritate me, or it's easier for me to be irritated when it's coming. So you kind of have to keep up with it and maintain it. But again, that's something that a person has to want to do. If they're not there and they're that deep in depression or wherever they are, then it's, they can go to therapy all day long. But if it don't click in their mind.
I love what you said. You said it so prolific. You said it like you experienced in it. And I know you know a lot of women. You do a lot of great things in the community. Before we leave, you have a new book that just dropped talking about something similar to this. If you don't mind, can you tell my followers and my viewers, be it 1 or 50 million, about your book? Because you got a thing on your back of your book about health and mental health indirectly. How can they buy that book, and tell them a little about that book as far as the journal?
Okay, so the name of the book is Shawnee, How Do You Do It? And in the back of it, there's a 31-day journal.
31 days.
How did you do it when you've had enough? Enough could be
stress.
Anything. It could be stress. It could be
mental health.
I'm tired of this job. It could be anything, because everybody's enough is different. So the book is not about a relationship with anybody. It's about you and what you have to do to get to your happy place. It's the steps I took to get to a place where I was like, okay, I'm good, and whatever happens, I can deal with it.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want to purchase the book, you can go to Amazon or anywhere where you buy books. The title again is Shawnee, How Do You Do It?
Shawnee, how did you do it?
Well, that's in the book.
Okay. Well, we're going to get that.
You can buy the book. That's in the book.
And guess what? I was supposed to get a free book, but I got to buy the book, and I'm going to buy the book. and I ain't bought it yet. And she gonna see when I buy the book, and she can see the link. So thank you, Shawnee. Thank you, team. Thank you, Miss Sandra. Thank you, my other guest. What was the first lady name? Shawnee?
Katrina.
Miss Katrina. Thank you, Miss Katrina. She was great. Everybody who tapped in and tuned in tonight about a woman's mental health. It's a serious topic. It's very paramount for men to understand a woman's mental health capacity, be it good or bad. Thank you for this opportunity to speak to my people. Before we tap out, see you soon. See you quick. See you Sunday at 9:22 p.m. Yes, Lord.
I'm just sitting back realizing that ain't nothing on these streets. Every king need a